Hi, Jim from Droneland, Australia here. Today I'm going to take you through setting up a variable rate application mission all in the field using the Mavic 3 Multispectral and Pix4Dfields. So first thing we're going to do is put the Mavic 3 Multispec up in the air and collect some data with it. So I've set up a small mapping mission here and I'm just going to go ahead and get this flying. All right, now that our mapping mission's complete, I'm just gonna come grab the SD card out of the Mavic 3. Grab this, slide it into my SD card reader, and then plug this into the laptop. So I'm just gonna come in here and go into Pix4Dfields. I'm gonna go into the SD card and copy off the images from that flight. And then save those to the desktop. Now I'll start a new project in Pix4Dfields. Come in and grab the folder with my images. Select folder. And today I'm going to use the multispectral data to build a variable rate map for use with the T40 spreading system. So the multispectral images are saved as TIFF files. The RGB images from the Mavic 3 Multispec are saved as JPEG files, but I'm going to select TIFF files, hit continue. I'll let Pix4Dfields load those images. All right, now that the images have loaded, I'm going to choose accurate processing. The weather conditions today, we're working with a clear sky, thankfully. I'll hit apply, and then I'll hit start processing. So now we're going to give that just a few minutes to work its magic. All right, so now that the processing is finished, so now I have a multispectral map of the paddock that we're going to be working on today. I'll go ahead and come in here and name the project. I'm going to call it Red Hill Variable Rate Application. Hit save. I'll come over to boundaries, click this button to build a boundary around where I want to spray. Hit the check mark, and then I'll save this as Red Hill Paddock. There's a couple trees over here, so I'm just gonna build obstacles around these. Save that obstacle. And I'm just gonna mark out our van as an obstacle too. All right, so now that I have my obstacles built in, I'm going to clip the multispectral ortho mosaic to my boundary. So I'll come over here to boundaries, it's Red Hill Paddock. I'll hit trim. And then what I want to trim is this ortho mosaic. So I'll hit trim down here. So now I only have the data within the boundary. I'll come over to index, and I'm going to use NDVI today to set up my variable rate application. So NDVI just basically looks at healthy pasture versus less healthy pasture. And I want to apply more fertilizer on the less healthy pasture and less on the healthy pasture to save the fertilizer. So I'll hit generate with the NDVI. So now I have an NDVI index here. So the green is area where you have more healthy grass, and over here in yellow and red, it would be less healthy grass. So I'm going to put more fertilizer down on this area. I can also come up to this tool and look at the split screen and pan this back, just to see where those unhealthier areas are. All right, so to create my variable rate application file, I'm going to go up to Operation, and I'm going to use Zonation. So I'm going to pre-fill the grid with an index layer, which is going to be my NDVI index. I'll hit Continue. I want to use the boundary that I just created and these 3 obstacles to have them included in there. Hit continue there. And here in my prescription unit, I'm going to select kilograms per hectare because we're doing a spreading mission. I'm happy with NDVI operation as the name, and I'll hit continue. Here I can select my cell size. So today I'm going to go with 3 meter cell size. I can adjust the rotation of the grid. So I'm going to set it to about there. I'm going to select 3 classes instead of 5. So I'm just going to have this into 3 different categories of crop health here. So on this NDVI, I'm going to use quantile distribution and then hit preview. So here the software divides up the paddock and the information into 3 different classes. So I have healthy, where I can choose 1 application rate, yellow, which would be medium, and then red, which would be a higher application rate where the crop isn't growing as well. So I'm happy with that, so I'll hit create operation layer. And up here on the red section, I'd like to apply at 50 kilograms per hectare. On the yellow, I'll do 30 kilograms per hectare. And on the green, I'll do 20 kilograms per hectare. So once I'm happy with that, I'll go up to export. I'll export my operation. I can export this for a generic tractor or sprayer, but I'm using a DJI Agris T40 today, so I'll select that. And then in the format, DJI Agris variable rate application mission. So Pix4Dfields will create the exact files I need, save them to an SD card, and that's what I'll bring over into the T40. So I'll hit continue. I can adjust my flight height here. I can also do this back in the controller. And my spray width will be 8 meters. I'll hit continue. I'll hit export. And I'll come down here and save this to the SD card. There we go. So Pix4Dfields created this folder on my SD card titled DJI. And in here they have a folder titled RX and a folder titled shapefile. So when the T40 controller looks for something on an SD card, it'll look for this file pathway, DJI, shapefile, and then it'll have my boundaries in there and my obstacles. And then for the prescription map, the folder has to be named RX, and then it'll come in here and look for the TIFF file. That will be my prescription file. So Pix4Dfields makes it easy to save these directly onto an SD card for easy import into the DJI T40. So that's it. Check out our next video where we'll be flying this variable rate application mission. You can follow us on social media, or for more information, visit our website at droneland.au.